All right, welcome back, y'all. We in real life. We in real life stuff. So, thank you, my girl Carrie, for getting on here. And we've been fighting with this thing for 20 minutes. So, we're glad to be in here finally. Can you hear me still?
I can still hear you. Hey, everybody. Welcome.
Welcome. I can hear you, but it's like delayed. Am I delayed on your end? No.
On the cellular data, so it's not matching my words, huh?
Yeah, it's okay. As long as I can hear you, we gonna get this done. It'll line up, whatever. We'll see how it looks after everything is recorded, because it might just be because I'm on the headphones and it's on the screen. So whatever.
Okay.
Anything good is gonna be some madness. The devil trying to ruin it, but he ain't doing that. So all right, well, we're gonna open up with prayer. Do you want to pray, or you want me to?
You can go ahead.
Okay. Thank you, Lord, for getting us home safely, and thank you, Lord, for the children being home for the holidays. Thank you, Lord, for just peace, Lord. You've been so awesome to us. We thank you, Lord, where that devil's constantly attacking us. We know that's how we know we're on the right track. So we got to look forward to the battle. Thank you, Lord, for covering all our folks and answering prayers and being so awesome to us. We pray for wisdom and knowledge to come to us and to the people watching, that we be a blessing to them, and just help draw people closer to yourself, Lord. That's what we ask in Jesus' awesome mighty name. Amen. All right. So the subject today, we were going to go over dark skin, light skin, right? So for me, I think, like I've mentioned to so many people, I feel like I have a weird affinity for chocolate people in general. And my trim be like, Mom, you swear you dark skin. When I be drawing myself, I draw myself kind of darker tones. My trim be like, Mom, you want to be a dark skin.
Yes,
I just think
yes.
chocolate,
Come on over
I
to
just
the
think
side.
chocolate men and women are just beautiful. I just feel like when a chocolate person is well kept and they walk into a room, in my opinion, they're the most beautiful person in the room. And I feel like that's why people always have given darker skinned folks a hard time. It'd be jealousy. Because of the flawlessness. You look at chocolate folks, they don't got a dent, a pimple, a dot, a spot, not a nothing. And I think folks be jealous.
That's what my mom always told me. Growing up, that was one thing I battled with. My self-esteem and my confidence was my complexion. People teased me every day of my life until I got to high school. And my mom would tell me all the time, those motherfuckers teasing you is going to be the same motherfuckers trying to get in your panties. And girl, sure enough, high school's like a breath of fresh air. They was like, dang, girl, what happened? What do you mean what happened? I'm the same complexion I was back when you was teasing me.
Right.
So I definitely get that. I do feel like that's something that's missed over. I try to tell my little chocolate kids and any chocolate kids that I see, oh, you beautiful, just so they can hear that, because they don't hear it often.
Yes.
And I heard it a lot, but it was mostly from family.
Sure.
Family was the one that told me. It wasn't strangers. So I could see a little chocolate girl in the store, and she'll get the grinning from ear to ear. I told her how beautiful she was. So I commend people who do that, because self-esteem and confidence is something that's still
Yeah. I remember when Darius Jr. was maybe 10 or 11, he came home crying. This little girl was being mean to him at the park. So I'm like, she was beating him up. She slapped him or something. So I went to the park to talk to the little girl, and pretty little chocolate girl, angry. You know what I mean? Angry. And I'm like, girl, I guess she, you don't know I don't know what the boy said. Probably said something mean to her. And I'm like, girl, look at you, beautiful chocolate skin. See your muscles. Look at that gorgeous hair. I'm like, girl, you don't need these little boys to like you. You don't need them. You don't need them. You are beautiful. And girl, next time I saw a baby girl, honey, she had her afro plucked out. She was dressed cute, had her some jewelry on, and she just looked like she felt better about herself. And I'm like, yeah, girl, you was absolutely gorgeous.
Oh yeah, that's
just muscle. I'm like, look at you, girl, beautiful chocolate girl. Please, you don't need the raggedy little boys. Oh yeah, that's all it takes. She was not looking that sad the last time I seen that girl. I wonder, damn, she got to be like 16, 17 now. And the last time I seen her, she was looking amazing. She looked like she was somebody told me I'm fine, and she believed it.
Yeah, it takes that one person sometimes to give you that push. But my mom, she did try to instill it in me early, but kids are cruel. And, you know, when you get around your peers and you go through that stage of self-esteem and confidence and battling with yourself, and it's different. Even if you are a super confident person at heart, still words hurt, especially coming from other kids.
Yeah.
It was just crazy. And my mom, she was like, see, you know, my mom was she lived through my high school year, so she was just, I think she was just proud to see that I was able to come out as that person that was confident and held myself well after that. Because they were mean to me, girl. I would go home crying, and I do remember Bubba was fighting, and like boys would be putting stuff in my hair and all kinds of stuff. It was always something, and my mom's like, that's the only reason why they picked on you, because they like you, you know. But that's just some of my horror stories as being a dark-skinned person. Autumn, with her being darker, she just turned 9. I don't think she's really had any issues with her complexion yet, which is amazing to me, because I can remember it happened to me when I was 7. I have vivid memories of being a 7-year-old and somebody saying something to me about being dark. And I think it was an older kid too, so that made me feel even worse.
Yeah, Trin dealt with that too for a little while. She did, and I, thank God that he had me where I was already thinking, the way and feeling the way I felt about chocolate folks, that I was able to speak life into her and encourage her. And I'm like, now, Trin, you can't stop her. You can't tell her she ain't the finest thing in the world. And it's because, because there's such brainwashing about darker skin and light skin. And, I have, Black folks, we got a little bit of everything. Everybody got a little bit of everything in their family. And I think everybody is, I think that all the complexions are beautiful, but I feel like, so here's my breakdown. So how how God made us, the darker skinned Black person is evidence that God made us from the dirt. And people take that so offensively, but without dirt, without good soil, we wouldn't survive. We'd be dead. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, everything comes from that rich soil. Everything we eat, everything the animals eat, come from rich, dark soil. So for me, that's evidence that number one, Black human beings are the mothers and fathers of the human race. So when I see darker skinned Black folks, I see kings and queens. You feel me? Not that I feel any less of a queen because I'm not darker skinned, but I recognize the magnificence in that darker skin tone. Like, for me, but that's why white folks be jealous, because I feel like it's a representation of what God, to me, what God looks like. Here's my analogy. When you ever, when you was a kid, mix all the colors together?
Yeah.
You remember what color it was?
It depends on what color you had. But once you mix everything together, mine always came out either a brown or a black.
Exactly. So, in my mind, God is the color of all the colors. You know what I'm saying? God is the color of all the colors mixed together. All the colors, black, all the rainbow colors mixed together. And what you get that black brownish color. So That's my analogy on that. But and I want to tell you, you and your husband is so unusual. Huh?
I said Autumn had asked, why do they call us black? We're not black. We're brown. We're different shades of brown. She's like, I don't want to be called black. I want to be called brown.
You're right.
So I was like, okay. And I tried to explain to her the analogy that, Spanish people or people, Hispanic people are called brown. She's like, I don't know why. Why are they called brown, Mom? We are brown. So, that was something that kind of resonated with me because she's like, I'm not black, I'm brown. And I was like, yes, if you're thinking of logical colors. But I think when people started calling the African-American race or African race, I could say, because it wasn't African-American. Hell, to some people, we still ain't African-American. We African.
Right.
But I think they just wanted us to be the darkest thing on the spectrum or and I even saw the study of the babies or the kids that was doing a study with a white baby doll and a brown baby doll. Like, who's the bad baby? And it's just so sad that these kids that young feel like, black kids are bad or black kids are mean or black kids are the ones that are stealing, just based on the color of their skin. So that was just an analogy that Autumn had brought up to me. And I think she was like maybe 6 or 7 when she said that. But yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. She's like, I'm not black, I am brown. I was like, okay, you know your colors, girl.
Right. You start teaching kids stuff, they start thinking. And even like, but I'm like, if you really look at if you look at Mexicans, there's Mexicans darker than black folks. When you start looking at them Mexicans,
there's some. Yeah. I saw that on TV. I sure did. Where are you from? I'm from here. Oh my gosh, you're beautiful.
Oh yeah. I feel like I go out of my way, probably kind of creepily. I'm probably creepy, but to like chocolate women, like, girl, you are absolutely stunning. Just to let them know, like, I'll follow them down the grocery house. But it just be like, so they don't get caught up in the hokey doke, and it's just the truth. It's the truth, like.
Right.
It's like, sister, you are stunning.
That's the truth we believe in for sure. I can't say it's the truth that everybody believes in, because some people don't believe that. There's some people that don't like dark-skinned women. They like light-skinned women, or they have a preference. And by all means, it's your life. You have your preference, but I don't feel like. I feel like everybody has their opinion about everything. I feel like people try to project their opinion on other people.
Yeah.
So it was like a big thing. Dark-skinned women weren't it. They said it about dark-skinned men. Like dark-skinned men is not a thing. Yeah. I definitely remember that. Like, dark-skinned men were not beautiful at all. They weren't handsome. Now it's like, oh, light-skinned men's coming back. Like, wait a minute. I thought y'all said dark-skinned men.
Yeah, but now you see everybody sweating a chocolate brother.
Yes, ma'am.
And you and your husband are so unusual.
Chocolate men, and they ain't gonna let them go. They better not let them go.
White women are so looking. I was watching the video of 2 older white ladies, and this big black brother. She was like flirting. That old white woman was enamored with that brother. She like, oh, you are beautiful. Trent's friend is chocolatey too, and she said she only date white dudes. She said that's all that talks to her is white men. And she
really?
She's like her features. You would think she was cut from Africa, but she's American. But she's so her features are so exotic. But she said black dudes don't talk to her. All she dates is white men.
Really? Mm-hmm. Ooh. I guess it depends on where you're at then, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like some days more than that, I feel like, getting up. I feel like getting pretty. I feel like, so some days I will look different than I do most days. I think that's moving. But I can't say it makes me feel like I'm less beautiful. I know who I am. And I guess if I could instill in my daughters what I've learned over the years, to accept myself and nobody else matters. And, God believes I'm beautiful. God is the reason why I'm here. If I can instill that in my daughters, I feel like they will have a step ahead, because confidence and self-esteem is definitely something that no matter how hard you work on, somebody can say one thing to you and make you second guess something about yourself. And I think that's a terrible thing, but especially with my daughters, and suicide rates being so high for kids and teenagers. Like, I just, kids are cruel. Kids are cruel. And a lot of kids don't understand that they say have lasting effects, and words. The saying sticks and stones will break your bones, but words will never hurt you. That's a lie, because words hurt. And I can still remember
they do.
something. Hurt my feelings.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Just for me to be able to be where I'm at now versus where I was before, I think is way different. And I wish I could figure out a way to, I guess, put that wisdom on them, because that's the only thing it is. It's the only thing it is wisdom. And with age comes wisdom. You feel differently about a lot of things.
Oh yeah. Growing up, when you get a chance, ask your husband if you remember when we had like a battle at Smiley, dark skin versus light skin.
Yes, it's epic. He talks about it all the time. He said he still to this day says light skin. He bothers my niece so bad because Tasha's light skin, and he be like, "Oh, the light skins is here." She said, "Why do you do that to me?" Oh, he irritates her so bad. She'd be like, "Oh, Uncle Cola, you better stop. Like, ain't no light skin and dark skin. You better leave me alone." He's like, "It is light skin. It is dark skin. You light skin." And her and all her kids, they're yellow. They're beautiful. They're beautiful, but
they are.
They're high yellow. Like you said, your families have a mix of everything. You see us out together, you wouldn't think we was related.
Absolutely. Yeah, I got nieces. Like my sister has she got a couple of high yellow kids and chocolate kids. She got them like on both ends of the spectrum, like really no in between. I was in between where they didn't know where the hell to put me. They like, you ain't dark skin, I light skin, so you ain't whatever.
You just in the middle. You an outcast.
Right in the middle. Right in the middle. So I wasn't against nobody. I was kind of just watching it go down. I didn't have a side. I couldn't pick a side. Don't have no side. I just be right in the middle. But what I was gonna say is they, white folks back in the day tried to make it where it was like black associated with evil. So, and I think that's what is still kind of taught is black folks is because it's like they trying to equate gay folks with black, like that's a whole, like it's together. And put in, black with evil, like all of that stuff is together. But I think that's just some white folks. I know it's not all white folks, but white folks making themselves feel like, those people are, because there were lies told that being black is a curse. And so I think that's, where a lot of that comes from too. So.
You know what? And it was instilled for so many years. It's going to take even twice as many years to try to rearrange that. But it's going to have to be an effort that everybody teaches. Just because you see a black person, don't assume they're bad. I go places with my son, and I can see the difference of when I'm alone versus when I'm with my son. I have to watch people when I'm with my son. He's 15 years old. He's 6 feet tall, chocolate. dreads. He fits into a stereotype. So you can see,
Absolutely.
we went into Lowe's today. I don't think I've been to Lowe's before, but I don't think out of all the times I've been to Lowe's, I've never been asked, is there anything I can help you with? As many times as I was asked today when I was with my son. And I'm just like,
Wow.
man, these people think we stealing or something, because I have been in this store I don't know how many times by myself or with my husband or with the girls, but I was trying to think back, like, I don't think I've ever been in here with just me and Roni. And girl, yeah, it was about 4 different associates asked us if we needed assistance. Like, it seemed like they went out of their way to ask us if we needed assistance. And I'm just like, no, we don't. Thank you, but no thank you. But it's crazy how people just don't see how they nonchalant do things. And it wasn't even just white people. It was 2 white people. No, excuse me. No, it was 2 white people and 2 black people. So it's not just the white people that do it, Black people have to tap into their subconscious and realize that not all black people steal. Yes, I did come in here looking for something, but I didn't need help finding it, But I kind of feel like they went out of their way to try to figure out what the hell we was doing in that store today. And it was just shocking to me, because if I would have been there alone, I'm sure nobody would have asked me if I needed assistance with anything.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's crazy, but it's definitely something that everybody does nonchalantly. I don't. I just know I have learned in life to mind my business. If somebody needs something or wants something, they'll come ask me, or they'll say something to me. Right. I'm very observant. So, I do try to watch out for the little clues or whatever, but I learned to stay in my own lane. But people will go out of their way if they feel like you with somebody that they feel was going to do something wrong. And I feel like that's why they asked me today if I needed assistance so many times, because I was with my son, my teenagers. And he was spending his own money. It wasn't even me. I didn't go in there for nothing. I just went in with him because as a parent, like, I didn't want there to be no issues. And that's that, especially for our young men. I went in the store with him because I didn't want him to be accused for something that he didn't do or anything.
Yeah. I think black men they're gonna have an issue no matter what color they is. Black, dark skin, light skin. If you
absolutely dark skin, light skin, tall, short.
Yeah. If they think you a black male, you gonna have some issues regardless of your skin tone. These mixed boys be saying the same thing.
It was popped already. It had to be, because he wouldn't have just did that by himself.
I'm sorry. My little he-man.
Yes, that makes sense. I hate it. I hate the stereotype. And having young black kids is harder. It's definitely harder. And I have a lighter son and then I have a darker son. They both have hair. Andrew has his dreads and Ronnie has his dreads, but it's different. And I know it'll be different once Andrew's 6 foot tall, 150 pounds. It'll be different. He won't be that lovable little teenager or lovable little preteen that I had. He's going to be a teenager, and people are going to view him as that.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
But I don't know. Have you had experiences like that with your son, or not that you've noticed?
I'm like, that little boy. He's so trying to think. I guess I don't really pay a whole lot of attention to. He be at the store flirting with folks and stuff, checking out girls, and so ain't no telling what kind of creepy stuff they done seen him do at the grocery store. So I don't know, girl. He just I'm trying to think. If you ask him, he don't feel like he's treated any differently from anybody. I felt when I was a kid, I felt treated differently from like my younger sister. And I felt like it was because I was darker skinned than she was, but it might've just been just because she was a baby, But I felt, but like you be so skin conscious of stuff. It'd be like kind of like the first, for me anyway, I feel like I've been brainwashed with being so skin color conscious about every little thing. So I have to constantly check myself with that stuff.
I wonder
'Cause,
if all Black people in general feel that way. I don't think I've ever asked a
yeah,
lighter skinned person or a fair skinned person how
yeah,
they feel about their complexion, or if they
hmm
wish they were darker. I know they have things for you to make your skin lighter. And yeah, I guess
hmm
they do have things that make themselves darker too. There's people out there that try to make themselves darker. So I guess
yeah,
there's different mind frames and mindsets for it. But I just hate the stereotype that light skinned women are all beautiful and dark skinned women are all
yeah,
ugly. And I
yeah,
feel like I
yeah. Oh
heard
yeah,
that
that
more
pisses
than
me off.
any.
Yeah, she's pretty
Absolutely.
for a dark skin. Like
All
what?
black people, all black people are beautiful, but yeah, there's that. But she's pretty for a dark skinned
For
woman.
a
I've
dark
heard that
skin.
more
What?
than just a person just telling me
What?
I'm beautiful. Oh, you're beautiful. You're
Yeah.
beautiful. No, you're pretty to be dark skinned. Like seriously,
What?
you had to put that in there, right?
What?
I'm not pretty to just
That's
be a woman.
so
I'm
brainwashed.
because I'm very,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that'd be so brainwashing, and that aggravates me. Did you see that Russian woman that turned herself black?
I did. I saw that.
And look at her. She turned herself dark skinned black. Okay?
Yeah, wasn't no
She
light.
recognized. She ain't no light skin. She chocolate, and she's like, I feel so beautiful, and I love my skin. And she got her a nasty hair piece. Okay, she got a kinky hair. Her man did it too. Her big man. I wonder what they doing. But he like, oh yeah, she's more beautiful as a black woman. They have me cracking up, honey. She like, I feel so beautiful. Telling sister, I'm like, I ain't mad at that woman. Yeah, I'm like, she telling the truth.
Yeah, I love being black. I wouldn't want to be anything different. We were watching, I forgot what we was watching, but they had all these pictures of like everyday stuff for black families and how we used to dress up every day. It wasn't like lay around in your pajamas all day. That wasn't something that they did in the 50s. You got up, you got dressed. Even if you was a housewife, you still got dressed every single day. Even the men would go to work suited and booted. It wasn't just like a special occasion type thing. I loved that. I was like, ooh, I was born in the wrong time frame, because those people were beautiful. Look, and the kids were all dressed nice, and they had their inside clothes and their outside clothes. I just loved it. Oh, I loved it. I just love old people like that. I wish I could just find all of them. I would have them just random black people just hanging up in my house everywhere. That's how my grandma was. My grandma, if you was going with her, you could not be going nowhere just looking any kind of way. Like, you get up, you put some clothes on, you make sure you look decent. You ain't going outside, be looking like that, your hair all over your head. Like, I don't know, we just don't take pride in what we do or how we look anymore. And it's just weird. So yes, I just love the beauty of the black person. I wouldn't want to be any other way, any other race, none of that. I feel like we are always overlooked, and we are just the most brilliant people on earth. We just need that push, and some people have it, some people don't.
Oh yeah. And it's like you said, it's a brainwashing, and you get generations and generations of brainwashing. It's going to take a lot of work, and like you said, just teaching your own kids and starting it from there, and doing stuff like this, what we doing, and spreading the word, like you said, speaking to life into people that and I don't do it just to dark skinned children. I encourage all children are beautiful in general, but like we said, we know that darker skinned children are beaten and battered. And like you said, I don't know about this generation. I guess I'm thinking more about more when we was a kid.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure how it is for kids today, but I know my grandmother was a chocolate woman. My grandmother was a darker skinned woman, and she was married to a white, almost Indian man. He was like, he looked like a white man in the picture. Okay, he looked like a white man, but they oh, say he Indian, he Native American or whatever. But my great grandmother, her mom was about my complexion. I think probably a little lighter, but she was evil to my grandmother because she was dark skinned. So I saw that growing up when we used to go out to Harlem to visit my great grandma, and she would be mean to my grandma. And she would say, I don't like nobody is darker than a paper bag. So she was nice to the light skinned folks, but she was mean.
That's terrible.
She would be mean to the darker skinned kids, but she liked one of my other cousins. He was dark skinned, but he had good hair. You know what I mean? Like, he didn't have nappy hair. That stuff was crazy.
And that's a different type of evil to come from your own. Like, I feel like is a different type of evil. Like,
oh yeah,
that's just mean. Ooh, that's mean.
She was an evil woman. She was nice to us though. But she was evil.
All black kids are beautiful, light, dark.
Yeah.
It don't matter, but I do feel like the dark-skinned kids definitely get overlooked a lot. Mm-hmm. I still believe that in my heart, and that's just based off of how I felt growing up.
Yeah.
Albino kids? I don't know.
Versus the light skin.
I have never personally. I don't think I've ever personally known an albino person.
So serious?
I've seen one, but I've never known one personally. But I guess that would be a good question. That's a good question. How do you feel about an albino person? Are they black? Are they white? Which race do they? I know. Yeah.
Yeah. So this albino woman I used to do Bible study with, she was black, and she was telling me a story about she was sitting at a dinner table with white folks, and the white folks thought she was white. So they started talking stuff about black folks. Cause she pale white. She'll wear blonde. She wear a blonde wig, so people thought she was white. But she like, I'm white. That's the color of my real hair is blonde. So I'm gonna just wear a blonde wig. But she said the white folks thought she was white, and started talking stuff about black folks. I don't remember how she said she responded, but she never seemed to hate being albino. All her kids were black. They were just lighter skinned. They had light eyes and stuff. But she had 3 sets of twins, and she had she had like 30 something grandkids at the time when I used to do Bible study. I don't know if you remember Ted and Shelly when I used to do Bible study with Shelly.
They married you, right?
Yeah, the couple that married us, and yeah. So when I used to do Bible study with Shelly, she was one of the women there. And when she speaks, she sound country. Her voice is deep like a black woman. So when she speaks, you know she's a black woman. But I just looking at her. Looking at her, you knew she was black. I don't know how familiar people are with albino,
but you know what? I have heard even black people that speak Spanish. There's a girl that I know. She speaks Spanish. Her mom is from Panama, but she's black. Ooh. She's black like me.
Yeah.
And she speaks Spanish, but she worked in an office. In the office, people speak Spanish to each other, but they thought she didn't know Spanish. And she said people talk so bad about her. Oh, they talk so bad about her. And she said that when they heard that she could speak Spanish, their jaws hit the floor. And she was like, she didn't even say nothing to them. It was a patient that came in that was speaking Spanish, and the lady asked her, do you speak English or do you speak Spanish? And she was like, yes, I do. And everybody turned and looked, and she said even the office manager was in on the Spanish conversation about her. And she said when she walked out of that room, you can hear a pin drop. Because they were so shocked that she knew Spanish. So I do feel that it comes from every race. It doesn't matter what race it is.
Oh, yeah.
It could be Spanish, it could be Hispanic, it could be European, it could be Russian, it could be anything,
Yeah.
They're gonna have something to say about a black person, and it may not even. It may be somebody
so
who's never even
crazy.
met or had a conversation with a black person. That's the sad part.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're automatically
Mm-hmm.
judged before
Yeah,
they even know us or meet us. That's the sad part for
yeah.
me.
Like you said,
So,
in every country, all of these countries hide their black folks.
yes,
Like in Asia, they sure don't want you to know that they got dark people in their country. In these Asian countries, they hide them. They hide their black folks in South America, and them people in South America, it's hot. So yeah, it's black people in South America, and
yes.
and they and so that's what makes me believe the fact that the whole world is so against blacks and dark skinned people. That's what has me believing that we're chosen by God even more so. So the devil want us to believe that we're less than because we are.
Right.
I don't want to say
So
the greatest,
we have
but
to be the ones to teach our kids that we are not. We are not less than. We never have been, and we will be equal. And we will fight for that equality that we should be able to get one day. But
yeah,
for me to
yeah,
say that we would get it soon, I would definitely say no. Hopefully in my lifetime, I can say that. I just,
yeah.
like you said, you got to keep your kids in prayer. And that was something, I battled with for a long time. I felt like, I pray over my kids. I feel like that should keep them safe enough. But um, there's choice in life, that God
Mm.
gives us choice. So you got to stay deep in prayer. And like you said, deep in your word. And you got to make the right choice and the right decision in life, too. It's not just one over the other. There's multiple
Absolutely.
factors at play.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I didn't understand that before, but as I'm reading the word and learning. I'm learning why certain things wasn't working. It's not
Mm.
just it's a puzzle, you know, and you have to put
Mhm.
those
Mhm.
pieces together. So yeah, it's crazy. I'll have to tell
It's
you
just
later on about my week this week. It's been kind of chaotic,
okay.
but
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, it's like,
Okay.
girl.
So, yeah, we can talk about that. What was I gonna say? But yeah, that's powerful stuff. And that's what I was gonna say. Jesus is the equalizer. I'm like, long as the Jesus covers all of that stuff, because no matter what color you are, what your race, Jesus is gonna have you winning. You're gonna be winning regardless. So I don't let skin color dictate how I feel about people, or because it's demons of all skin color and race and size and gender and all. The devil don't care what color you are, who you are. He gonna use you if you let him.
Absolutely.
So that's that. But yeah, that's the main thing on that. Oh, so we can one thing I wanted to check myself for the last video I watched that we did. The last video, yeah, with where I was talking about not wanting to help help. Oh, if you married, I ain't gonna help you if you married. And I had to start thinking and I'm like, I have to think I'm kind of spoiled. I'm a spoiled brat. My mother-in-law has been there for us our whole marriage. She always supplies whatever we need. We've never had to ask for anything. So that's why I'm thinking so you spoiled, bitch, you spoiled. So I ain't never really had to struggle.
Girl.
So I had to change
I told
my
you,
mind on
my
that.
dad,
Yeah.
even my mom, God rest her soul. I do feel like if she was still here, my mom always told me, and I try to instill it in my kids too. Me and my husband kind of battle with this a lot, but my mom always told me, if you ain't got nowhere to go, or if you ain't got no food to eat or something, come home. Don't go out there doing no crazy shit or begging nobody for nothing. Come home.
Yeah.
And my dad said the
Yeah,
same
yeah.
thing. If you need something, call me. You might get a lecture. I might lash you with this tongue. What are y'all over there
Right.
doing? And y'all got all them baby. He's gonna tell me about myself,
Right.
but he gonna
Right.
send me the receipt number to go pick some money up at Walmart, or he's
Okay.
always there. He has never
Yeah,
he
for
has
sure.
never failed. And I could even say that about my husband's mom and dad. When God rest her soul, his mom, she would be like, okay, come on over here, hurry up, come get it before your dad get here. I don't my dad, and I'm giving
okay.
you know, but his
Okay.
mom was a big help. And even when his mom passed away, like I think his dad even realized, like if we need something and his dad is there, his dad's even like, okay, yeah, all right, come on over here, son, come get it. But I think that's just in general, you know, these dads always try to play tough, but I think the dads is
Yeah.
the weakest ones. Because my dad, you know, he knows if I'm calling asking him for it, I need it. You know, that means I've exhausted all other options. I've tried my hardest, and he's always told me that,
Right.
you know, don't y'all be over there hungry. And I
Yeah.
just hope I can be the same for my kids. And I was sitting here thinking, like,
Yeah.
dang, I got 7 kids. 7. So when they're adults and they call me because they need help with rent money, or if it's 7 of them in 1 month, I'm gonna be working till I'm 100 years old. So I help them. I said, I ain't gonna be able to do it. And it's like I can't tell
Yeah.
one yes and one no, you know, but it's
Yeah.
levels to it. So yes,
Oh, for
I
sure.
understood what you were saying, but I was just like, yeah, all right, wait till Trey
Yeah.
and get married,
Yeah.
and then you're gonna be like, all
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
you need what?
Yeah. Yeah.
You want what?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, here.
Yeah. Yeah.
You gonna send it
I
to
had to
her
rethink.
on it.
Yeah. I had to rethink that and get my life together. That's why it's my show. You know, that's why my show's called Face and Check Yourself, because you gotta, should be realistic with yourself. We can't believe our own lives now.
Oh no. Let me tell you about the first one. My kids called me out on the first one. They listened to it. And they were like, Miss Carrie, even my husband, he's like, girl, we have not been married no 13 years. I said we were married for 13 together for something. They was like, you lied. So I have to go back and correct that. We have been together for 13 and married
Okay.
11 years.
Okay.
But girl, when I say they was calling me, they was like, oh, you lied. I was laughing so hard because they thought they just knew what they was talking about. Girl,
That is
it was
funny.
hilarious.
That is so funny. When I was, what am I,
You gotta get
37?
this
When I was
fixed.
35,
Yeah. I gotta get this picture fixed. It's too blurry. Okay, what was you saying?
I was 35. I remember talking to Dorothy at Reed. When I was 35, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be 40 in 15 years. Dorothy is like, Mom, I know I'm not very good at math, but 35.
You're not counting, Mom. You got too many years of
Like, look how we just lied to ourselves, Lord
we was
Jesus.
teasing Rosie because she always posts, oh, my birthday this year, I'm gonna be 25. She's been 25 for like the last 6 years. It's like, Rosie, you are not gonna be 25.
Yeah.
You gonna keep on, you gonna actually forget how old you really are.
Lord
And she was like,
have
oh, I don't
mercy.
even know how old I'm turning this year. Girl, she had to do the math. Like, I was born in 1994. I was like, see,
Lord
that's that.
have
I'm
mercy. No,
Yeah, but
see, we can't believe our own lives.
I do too. We was just talking about age, me and Kia. We love telling
Yeah.
people how old we are.
Yeah.
I just
Me
get a
too.
kick out of seeing people too. They be like,
Me
oh
too.
yeah, how old are you? 20? No, I am 37. I'm finna be 37. And I got 7 kids. You don't got no 7 kids. You look good, girl. You look good. Like, yes,
right.
thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. And people, you know what's crazy? People remember that about me. They won't remember my name, but they remember I'm the girl with 7 kids. They haven't seen me in weeks, but they'll come back and say, how are all your kids doing? Like, all my kids is doing fine.
It's it's unusual today to know Black people that have all their babies, and y'all together, and you and your husband, y'all married, and all the kids. Huh? It's unusual. Y'all unusual. Oh yeah. So that's powerful stuff. Well, that was fun. Are you about to go do some other stuff?
Yeah, I gotta go get the kids in a minute, and I think I'm gonna ride with Kia to pick her son up. So yeah. That's my day.
Give her my number when you get a chance. She was saying something about nonprofit she was wanting to tell me about.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll give it to her.
So I'll let you go and do your thing. Yeah, for sure. I'll let you do your thing. Oh, and I forgot. I gotta send you trends number 6.
Trends number.
Yeah, I gotta send you her
Yeah,
new
you
Atlanta number.
okay.
Yeah. So that was fun. I hope everybody enjoyed. We have fun. We always have fun. So like, comment, and subscribe on today's episode and learn something. And y'all will catch us next Friday, Lord bless. Bye.
Amen.
Is that Jada? Jada, which one is that?
That's Jada. Center
Jada.
of
Oh, look at her. She's so cute. She's beautiful.
All right, Mama.
All right,
I love
wait,
you.
wait. Riri want to say hi too. I love you too.
Hi, Riri. How are you, beautiful?
You know,
Tonight?
you know I'm recording. Oh. What'd you say? What'd you say, Kiri?
I said she went tonight.
Can you give me some tissue?
Yeah, she got to work tonight.
It's her tummy out.
Yeah,
Put it away.
she said, why Jada's tummy out? Sexy, honey.
Cause she thinks she grown, girl. She thinks she grown.
Yeah.
She gonna be
I
in
wish
high
I
school next year.
appreciated my body when I was young.
Help us.
Oh.
Get ready. Look at this one.
There's another one. Hi, Jay.
Hi,
Hey, look at y'all. Oh, look at the beautiful baby. All right. I told Riri I'm recording. She acting funny. Look at her. Okay.
All right.
I love you guys. Tell the babies I love them.
All right.
Love you.
Bye. Love
you. Bye.
Riri.
All right. She said, love you. See you later.